Boom. We in here tonight, guys. Baby, it's Thursday night. A little bit late with you guys, just a few minutes. We lost track of time talking backstage, guys. How we doing? It's JT, your host, guys. We got my man, the Cass, with us tonight, guys. Cass with us tonight. We talking Alabama Crimson Tide hoops. Got my man Herb with us tonight, baby. How we doing tonight, brother?
Herb, man, I'm good. It's a beautiful night. It's always great to talk a little bit of basketball, right? It's also always good to rep my boys. Title towels in the house. I know you see the one in the back. That's the home one. You got the travel one. I may or may not have stolen from a co-host. That is yet to be confirmed. But my boy Title, and you see Whitwill in the chat. Let me just tell you, great guys. I was on the job one time. Did not have a chance to go back to the house before going to a Bama game. Text him. He's like, "Hey Herb, this is where you can get one for on the road. Here, They'll hook you up. Get to it. Always got to have one.
Gotta have the
title towel, baby.
Gotta have it, baby.
You got to get out there. You got to represent, man.
And we got the man at the bottom right here. You see his face all over this channel. You see him making the wonderful graphics you see behind us. You see him all throughout the shows. You see the wonderful graphics. My man, Daniel Petty. Give it up, chat, for my man. How we doing tonight, Daniel Petty?
Man, always glad to be here with you guys. Especially excited to talk about basketball with what this season's got coming up for us in the SEC and with the Tide. With that said, man, I got Whitwill. I've got to get a title towel. It's that unicorn in my life. I keep going on these shows. We talk about it. It's tried to get there, and I guess it can't find its way to Tampa. I'm gonna get one of those title towels so I can swing it one of these days.
We're gonna find that. We're gonna find a way to get that happen.
But not only giving us the love from the title towel, we go hard in the paint. Well, nothing goes harder than Natural Stone and RealRockStone.com, and that's Lamstone Company. Have you ever dreamed of having beautiful natural stone in or around your home? Well, don't settle for subpar materials. Check out Lamstone Company's selection natural stone products to meet all your project needs. Lamstone is located in beautiful Aniana and is one of the oldest, most trusted sources in the state. So contact them today and tell them we sent you by using the promo code TheBamaStandard and receive 10% off your purchase. Check them out today. Get your stone. Check them out after the show, of course. Get some stone for that house. Go hard on your house like we go hard in the paint.
Hey, so the chat, guys, how we doing tonight? I see you guys lighting it up. We're going to move on to our first topic. If you're in here with us tonight, guys, make sure you are liking this video, please, and thank you. Subscribe to the channel. We got a bunch of Bama shows on here. If you don't like our face, guess what? We got a bunch of other faces on this channel. Pick a show, baby. But tonight we're talking Bama hoops, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. I had to crack a little jokey joke right there. We got Alabama, and I always butcher this. Make sure I'm saying it right. Is it Creighton?
It's Creighton.
Creighton. I always butcher this. Creighton. So Alabama versus Creighton preview right here. Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, guys. It's going to be a blockbuster type game. And if you're looking at the rankings, you're like, no, but this team is not a team to sleep on. They've beaten Kansas tonight. They beat Kansas. They was 41% from the three line. If we go back to last week's show, you'll hear me reference when Bama was good, we're above 40% at the three line. Okay, that's when you start you're hitting your shots. You're doing good. We're winning ball games there. So hitting that against Kansas, that's a really good team right there. They have a center right now, Ryan. I cannot say his last name.
Kalkbrenner, yeah.
Yes, I cannot say that one. That's one of those. We just talked about General Booty for football.
Yeah,
that's a basketball name right there.
Kalkbrenner.
That is a basketball name.
And if with a name like that, he's got to be 7 foot lumbering
and
giant.
He is.
Yes.
And he is.
Yes. Your name can't be longer than your height, so he can't
averaging
be like
17 points. He's leading their team right now. They're killing it. This could be a very tough game for the Tide. I think we should limit their shots here. I'm going to let Daniel Petty kick us off. Then we're going to pass over to Herb. Daniel Petty, how are you feeling about this matchup? Like I said, he's averaging 17 points right now. He's 7 foot. He's getting boards. He's there too. He's banging on that. He's getting some double-doubles. It ain't automatic every game, but it's looking good. The Tide, I feel we limit his shots and slow him down there. I think, that's key to the game. How are you feeling about that?
Man, look, Creighton, to the basketball junkies, this is not a name that's unfamiliar. They're always there in March, and they're a giant killer. They're not scared to come to Coleman and play a top-ranked team. So this isn't going to be a team that comes in and it's intimidated by what Alabama's been able to do the last couple of years. And, man, it's not just Kalkbrenner. He's averaging 17, but they got two guards averaging 16 right now. And one of them all-name team, Pop Isaacs, is averaging 16, and then Stephen Ashworth is averaging right at 16 as well. And they're both they're 40% from the three-point line. So, man, you're dealing with a 7-foot, 270-pound load down in the paint, and then they've got two guards that can absolutely light it up.
Can I add to that real quick, though? It's only one guard now. Pop Isaacs is out for the year. So that's why he did not play. Yeah, he did not play in the UNLV game. He had a hip injury coming into the season.
I knew he was hurt.
So he missed the season opener, and now he's had season-ending surgery. So
I didn't see.
Okay. Shooter. Yeah.
Okay. And they beat UNLV by 18. Yeah. So that's down a score. So
that was without him. Yes. So Ashworth and I think in Neal had to step up in that game. They've been uneven, but Ashworth is now kind of your primary.
He's your primary
that you gotta worry about. So,
yeah. Well, so. They've got a big guy in the paint, and they've got a guard that can light it up. You've got to worry, and that's where Bama comes in. We've got the depth at guard. We've got three guards all the way down to Holloway, and when White, so if he's healthy, I'm not sure where it comes back. But this is a good test. It's just another good test before you get into SEC play, and I know we're going to talk about that later in the show. But this is a very good basketball program. It's going to be another good RPI builder. I feel like Alabama's going to be winning the game. But they have been hot. They lost to Texas A&M by 3 or 4 points and have won 3 in a row. And in that stretch, number 1 Kansas, but beating a good UNLV team. So, it's going to be a good test.
And mentioning SEC basketball teams this year is a flex on your basketball schedule, by the way. Okay, that's a flex. We don't get to say that a lot, but that's a flex this year. The basketball teams are hooping. So when he said Texas A&M, I know some people were like, okay.
They're 17th.
They're good. They're a good ball club. They'll probably show up and beat anybody in the country on any night. They have a chance to, at least. Herb, how are we feeling about this one, coming into this one right here? I got Daniel made some great points there about the other guards. Obviously, one missing. They still have another one, though. What do you feel? Maybe there's an angle we need to be at winning this game. Maybe it's on offense. Maybe it's on defense. How are we feeling about this?
So the funny stat of the night, right? Alabama has never beaten Creighton. You're like, what? I mean, it's only 3 games, so it's only 3-0. So let's not go crazy, with stat wise. Kalkbrenner, I think he'll get his touches. The thing that's kind of good for us is one thing that happened in that Kansas matchup. He really canceled out Dickinson. Well, we don't go through our bigs, so that's not like his defense might be okay, but because we're more perimeter oriented. That's not as big a concern for me as how we'll play. Now, them being down a guard and us so guard-oriented, I think we're just going to send waves at them. Being at home helps. It's like you said, Creighton, you throw out their record. I mean, not their record. You throw out their ranking. They're always well coached. They always play well. They play up to their competition. They're on a 3-game win streak. But I feel like we're going to throw enough waves at them. And if Kalkbrenner gets his points, we'll be okay. Just don't let Ashford go off. If you hold him below 20, I think you're good in this matchup. And I kind of like where we're at right now. We're like how we're playing. And because we were asked this last week, I did have to hit up my boy Stephen M. Smith real quick.
Okay.
Let me pull this one up just to be sure. So he checked with a good source with the Alabama basketball team, and Youngblood is expected to play and get some minutes in this game. So they're adding a 6'4" guard who shoots about 40% from 3 last year. So you will see some stuff from them. And what we mentioned last time we were on the air, we will work him in slowly. He's in a position where you're like, hey, man, I don't need 20 or 30 minutes from you to get started. I just need you to get acclimated before SEC play. He gets some minutes here in a great environment, a great team to play against. I like that for the future of Alabama basketball as well.
Huge. Youngblood, when you just spoke about it right here, and I'm going to just go off a little bit off of this right here. We have like 4 other games, and then we get an SEC play. The SEC play this year is going to be huge, and I'm going to double back on this back when we get on our last topic about will Bama finish in the top 10, because I think finishing in that top 10 will have an argument for the 1-2 seeds across, wherever we end up at. And that's a good spot where we want to be. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. That's the last one. But I think the SEC is very interesting to look at this year. And it's going to be very good January and February basketball. A little bit of March, too, right, before the tournament kicks off. And then, got SEC tournament play, all that good stuff. So a lot of fun stuff ahead right there. Way to allude to that because we do need young blood, need that depth. Yes. Especially when some guys get in foul trouble or get winded. I don't know if you guys ever play basketball. Sometimes it's when you get in that gym, you get to moving around like a fish out of water. Get out there and it's like because it's so cold outside, so kind of toasty in some gyms and stuff. Man, you get that. I don't know if you ever been running, had the what's that called?
I was always in shape, so I didn't have to worry about that.
Oh man, look at you! Look at you. I'm trying to think of what's the
Ask Raj. I could never shoot very well, so running is all I brought to the table. I could run and rebound and jump.
I couldn't think of cottonmouth. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, it's like the your mouth is like nah. Yeah, sometimes favorite stuff like that. So right here we'll transition topics. So guys, Saturday night, tune in for the Tide though. Next game right here against Creighton, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Next topic right here, guys. Wild West of the NIL. Everybody wants to know this question right here. Why not AJ snub Bama from BYU? I'm gonna let y'all know. He had this inked 3 weeks ago. Pretty good link source to that too. Stating this was done NIL done 3 weeks ago. Also, think about this.
I'm laughing at Raj's comments.
Raj, I got hooked on phonics, by the way. Roderick. I think I like Roderick better with my dumb Southern ass.
Let me just say this. We're going there in 2 weeks, and that is what he will be called for the entire week.
That is good.
So that's good. It's a done deal.
My bad, Roderick. I didn't mean to pin that one on you, buddy.
That is good. That is good. Fun fact, guys, in case y'all don't know, Petty butchered his name last week on the show, so I had to get it right this time. My man Raj. I just call my man Raj, man. That's my man right there. We got to get him on. Man. We got to get him on next week or something.
We got to get Raj on.
Let's get Raj on the show, man. This would be a good one. But, yeah, Bama basketball, man. Let's get back on this Wild West right here. That's kind of crazy leading on the Tide coaches, but it is what it is at the same time. If you look at things, Bama's still doing good right here with who they have. They have 3 current 4-star players and still looking good for this recruiting class. It's still way early in basketball for recruiting too, but it's still good to have a peek in there. How do y'all feel about the NIL for we talk about a lot in football, okay? But I mean, we forget basketball is depends on where you're at in the country too, where basketball is versus football, So how are we feeling about the basketball NIL world right now, especially for Alabama? We're new in basketball, doing good. All right, we ain't like whole weight in football. How's this feeling? I'm gonna let Herb go first. I'm gonna pass to Petty. Herb, how we feeling, brother?
I will say this: $7 million for AJ in basketball is probably better spent than $12 million for young blood in football, because one guy can affect a basketball game much more than one guy in a foot. If I go pay young blood and I don't get a single good lineman, he's going to be on his butt the whole year. But you kind of look at the Wembanyama effect in a terrible Spurs team, and even dragging like a team like that.
Carmelo Anthony at Syracuse. I always go back to Melo.
Yes. You know what I mean? You can ride that to a championship. Plus the effect it'll have on recruiting other guys. You don't need great guys around him. If I get a couple solid guys, get that one point guard who plays tough defense, will knock down open three, and another guy who just wants to rebound out there and never take a shot, like, they'll be fine. So I can see why you would pay that money. And if I'm AJ, I just waited till whoever paid me the most and I went there. Like, you're going to elevate whatever school. I loved in his talk, he was like, oh, what about the development? Who cares about your development? You're going to the NBA after year, regardless. You're going to be fine.
If somebody's offering me $7 million, Herb, I'm probably not worried about how much development I'm going to be doing.
Exactly.
I ain't going to lie.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
going to you've already had a Nike deal before you had the NIL deal. So you're going to be fine. So whoever paid you the most, like I can't fault them. The positive of this, it is good for Alabama to be in that discussion when it's basketball.
Is true. That is true.
So if you're in the final three for like the number one guy in the country, that is good for you.
That means we're gonna land. We definitely gonna land some others down that domino effect down that list there. Daniel Petty, my man, how are you feeling about the wild west of the NIL for basketball right here? AJ snubbed Bama for BYU. Not a biggie. Nobody's really salty. It's not one of those things. Get your money. I will go get $7 million too. I would sign with probably that other school. For $7 million, bro, I mean, I couldn't be upset. Okay, like you can't be upset if somebody go in $7 million. But how are we feeling about that, Daniel Petty? Wild West basketball.
I don't think people are as shocked by the money and all that. I think it's the team that did it. I think if it would have been like Duke or Kansas, you'd have been like, all right, I get it. But it's like BYU, and Bama. Low key has always been good in the recruiting circuit, man. All the way back to the Godfrey days. We brought in 5-star blue chip Mo Williams, Grizzard guys, and then all the way back to why I had his name right on my tongue until I was ready to spit it out. The last guard we had,
Colin Sexton, Brandon Miller.
Yeah, okay. Sexton, Miller, you're just got guy after guy, dude after dude. Bama's done it, so they'll be in the game with more. It just shows you, hey, we're here to play when you're in with those guys, but you're going to lose them from time to time. It is what it is. It does suck to lose them. He's going to be there a year, but go get the next one. I think Oats, man, I hate to be that guy, but I've gotten comfortable in the fact that Oats is going to go get some dudes. So
that makes sense.
That one, but man, $7 million. It's hard to turn that down, even when you're not even if you got to go do the Provo float or whatever it is.
Yeah, you can't turn that down, bro. That's so hard to turn down. $7 million, especially.
And you read that Bama was at 5, so it's not like
we were far off.
We
were like, hey, we'll pay you, but I don't know.
$7 million. You put up with some of that odd stuff they make you do out there. In Mormon and BYU.
But they're paying Kalen DeBoer his first year, I think, 11 point something million. And
for what he has to put up with Bama fans, that's worth it. Like,
but what a Final Four brings to a school and what one player can do, like Herb says on a basketball team.
Yep, and especially with Bama just sniffing that basketball natty last year, literally one game away and barely lost that game. Lost that Final Four game right there.
So go BYU and soak.
There you go.
So we'll give it to BYU there.
There's got to be some degenerate that got that.
He said what?
Said he wants to go to BYU and soak.
What's that? That went over my head.
It's a Mormon sex thing that they're not allowed to do. Oh, I'm gonna leave it at that so we don't get kicked off of all of it of life.
Did not have more Mormon sex on my
bingo card.
No, on the bingo card for
only message board.
Looking at my notes, didn't think that one was gonna.
Didn't put that one on there. Christmas.
I'll just let me know what my level of message board degenerate was, though. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna go fix myself after this.
Oh, that's a good one. So that Daniel is wild, guys. If you look at it, NIL's money being thrown around. It ain't about I'll kind of go off subject real quick. Bill Belichick at North Carolina. It ain't about relationships no more. Woo. That is a money hire. Y'all are crazy if you don't think that man ain't fitting to light it up. The college football is the NFL without rules.
I heard another Nick Saban.
Without rules. What is he about to do? He's about to eat. He hired, in my opinion, Daniel Petty, this is my opinion, he hired the opposite of Nick Saban. But, what I just said is why he's going to be good in college football. College football is now the NFL without rules. So I'm going to get back on basketball, but that's what I'm saying about to get on NIL. That's really what this
gave him. I heard it was like a 400-page checklist.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. He's
so he knew what he was getting into. He said, "These are the things I need. I need like a coaching staff and a recruiting staff because I'm not going to go beg any 18-year-old to come play or 17-year-old to come play for me. So you better have somebody do it for me."
I said, "Hold up. What is the Mormon?" No, we'll talk about that one off air backstage.
Yeah, Raj. I'll definitely text you later, Raj.
Yeah, backstage about that.
Oh man, I got to handle.
No Diddy.
Oh my gosh,
guys.
Hope the kids are in bed, people.
Yeah. They sure are. They sure are, guys. Right behind my man Herb. If you see that towel right there, guys, this show right here and many shows on this channel is sponsored by Whitwell Sports. Title towel, guys. Get yours today, guys, at whitwellsports.com right here at the bottom. Promo code. Tell them the Bama Standard sent you. You can get a little discount on there, guys. And also put at the very, very bottom, put Herb second JB. Okay, second to JB on there. Okay, you got to put back up. JB's back up. Okay.
Wow.
So I'm gonna give y'all a heads up, guys. If y'all see JB online, give him a happy birthday. His birthday's Sunday. Herb will be joining us for Sunday Night Talking Bama as a special guest host in replace of JB.
Nice replacement.
Special guest just stands for second place. So when you order JB from Wish, you get Herb.
What do you have when you call Herb? What does it pull up? Couldn't get
Herb.
JB.
It says JB.
Oh, that's who it is.
It just says Herb across it. No, it don't say like second JB or anything like that. Like it would not say that. Like it would not say JB too.
That's what it says. JB with glasses.
Taller JB. Taller JB.
That sounds like something that somebody would say. Rod Jarrett would say.
Rod Jarrett, yes, Rod Jarrett's brother.
That was funny.
The Timu version of JB. Yes, that's me. Yes.
Antonio Langdon will be on the Bama Standard next Tuesday, guys. Shout out to that. Make sure you're here for the flagship show Tuesday night. Antonio Langdon, and he just got him a nice award. Godly, I'm tongue twisted. Award.
You good?
Yeah, kinda. At the banquet the other night, the award banquet the other night. So shout out to him. That's a Bama legend, actually. And so that's always good there. So we'll kind of move on, guys, right here. Last topic of the night: top 10 ambitions. Can the Tide finish top 10 or better? I think the Tide can probably be a top 5, top 6 team this year. I think we could possibly be a number 1 seed as well. Definitely a 2. We don't want to slide too much, but I think a 1 or 2 seed is probably going to be really good for us there. We're having a stupid contest tonight. We're winning that. Yeah, that's a good comment there. We are having a good one tonight. But so Daniel Petty, I'll let you kick us off right here on this one. Top 10 ambitions, and we talked about this, and we talked about the SEC play coming up. How do you feel the Tide's going to be navigating through that SEC play to keep this top 10? Because that's what it's going to be here. We got like 4 other games. The toughest one's Saturday night, in my opinion. Then we kind of got some guys I think we could beat up on. And then we got a hard SEC play. How are you feeling right here? Can the Tide finish top 10 with a tough SEC year?
It's going to be tough because of the SEC schedule. But, I think there's 4 SEC teams that can legitimately fight for a 1 seed. I think it's Alabama, Tennessee, Auburn, and Kentucky right now look like the toughest. But those 4 teams are about to have to navigate a straight-up landmine schedule. I think it was South Carolina's schedule they showed, but it could have been one of 20 SEC teams. Of the 16 SEC games, 12 right now as it stands in the net were quadrant 1. The other 4 were quadrant 2. We've had quadrant 4 and 3 teams in the SEC in years past. There is not an RPI bombshell on the schedule. So what that means is, you're going to lose some night to LSU, Vanderbilt, somebody weird, and it's not going to matter because it's not going to be a 231 RPI team beating you. It's going to be like a 40. The SEC is absolutely it may be the single best conference in NCAA sports history with the depth. They're looking at getting possibly 10 to 11 teams from the SEC into the big dance. So, man, if you do finish top 10, if you get a 1 seed in the SEC this year, it's a lot like getting into the football playoffs. You've absolutely earned it because, man, from Wednesday night, and I know it's Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, to Saturday. I mean, there's not an off night. There's not a night where you're like, damn, I got a breather over in Oxford, Mississippi. I got a breather. Vanderbilt's coming to town. No, man,
everybody's hooping.
No, man, and then when you get to those fun nights where you're playing, Kentucky, Auburn, Tennessee, those tanks. These teams are good, man. Texas A&M's good. Mississippi State's good. Missouri. I mean, Arkansas just went up and waxed Michigan last night. I think the SEC's like 128-19 right now, and it's not like they're playing just Murray State.
No, they're not. Auburn took on Duke. Bama just took on North Carolina. Bama took on Houston.
Kentucky's got Duke and Gonzaga pelts already. Like you said, Bama's knocked out Houston, knocked out Rutgers, knocked out 3 or 4 top-ranked teams.
And don't sleep on Rutgers because of rankings. People think they might not be ranked high, thinking they might not be a good team. The Rutgers is a really good ball team, too.
Oh, man.
They got 2 really good players on their team, too. It's probably going to be lottery picks.
It is an unbelievable conference. But I'll say this, though. I think the top 4, Alabama's one of them. So I think the Tide is absolutely – that's not going to be the one – that's not going to be the one everybody else wants to face on Wednesday or Saturday either. So
Cat said, we'll start hearing complaints about SEC bias in basketball soon. That's a good one.
Right.
Yeah, I think you might. They're always going to be biased up
when you do the ACC challenge and win it 14-2. You got room.
Hey, we talking junk now. Finally, we got room to talk. Herb, how are you feeling? Top 10 ambitions. Got a good stretch there. It's going to be really tough. We got a lot of teams to play. How are we feeling?
Yeah, so what Daniel was talking about. Just think about this end of the schedule: Kentucky, Mississippi State, Tennessee, Florida, Auburn. All ranked top 25, 3 of the 4 in the top 10. I feel like the Tide's going to come out with a 2 or 3 seed just because it's a grind going through the SEC. No fault of them, but just look at that schedule. You come off of Kentucky and Mississippi State and you're like, oh, now we go to Tennessee. Like stuff like that is going to be a killer. Like you said, there is nothing to skip. So coming out, I feel like that's what the SEC is going to be, though. We might have between the 2 and 3 line, we might have 3 or 4 teams. We'll probably I see that seed like 1 seed, like 2 seeds, and a 3 seed, that sort of situation. So none of those is going to be bad. So do I think top 10 to top 12? Yeah, I think they'll finish that direction. I think our depth is what will get us there, and our way that, hey, we've already seen, hey, Sears is off tonight. Let's get some other guys in. So I think that's what's going to help us. But, man, it's not going to be easy. And people need to remember it's basketball. Okay, we lose a couple games, the sky's not falling. So don't treat it like football. Stop jumping out of windows like we're going to be okay. Every win or loss is just going to get us more battle tested for the tournament. So this is a tournament team.
That is
a top team. I'm not worried necessarily where our seed comes out at.
Yeah, the sky isn't falling when you lose a couple games of basketball. That's true. You just got to watch the trend of how they're losing and what's killing them. If it's every time they play guys that are 6'9" and up, they got 3 or 4 bangers down there. It's over with. They can't keep up with them. It depends. There's different things you got to look at for basketball versus football. Depends. I think this year, Bama, I'm with you. I think Bama can show up. I think Bama can also, you talked about 2 or 3 seed. I think Bama can push for that 1 seed. Right. Do you want it? That's the question. Because think about it. How many times what happens with that 1 seed? The pressure kicks in. I think we need to rebound better. Quit turning the ball over so much. What you guys think? Joe, I am with you, Joe. Rebounding, we're pretty good on the offensive rebounds. I do like offensive rebounding. It has been pretty well. I like how we're following some shots and stuff, too, and you got guys clashing on. But I agree. Overall, rebounding an outlet pass, that's going to be shots are going to be open when you do that. So I'm with you. Herb, how you feeling about this one right here? We'll kind of transition real quick into the questions. I know we got this one, and what we got one more? Oh, no, this is it. This is it. Herb, how you feeling about this?
The turnovers come from the play style, for sure. We play fast all the time. I think guys just need to make a little bit better decisions. But I think when you're trying to press every time, sometimes it just goes, it doesn't go the way you want to. Rebounding is weird with a guard-oriented team because the rebounds are always long. So your bangers don't necessarily get the rebounds that you want them to. We're guard-oriented team, so our offensive rebounds come out long a lot, and sometimes the defensive rebounds because guards have been able to kill us. So rebounding is a weird number for us. We also get up a lot of shots. There's a lot more possession, so sometimes the rebounds don't go your way because of that too as well. So they're good points, but our play style definitely leans into, to making those numbers look worse. Our turnovers are going to be higher with more possessions. So, yeah, for sure.
I agree. What's this say right here? I can't see it.
It's just a super chat. We're giving a good roll tide. 12-1 training.
Yep. Thank you so much, 12-1 training. I couldn't see it right. It didn't show it. It just showed.
Yeah, I don't think they put anything in it. That's why.
Oh, okay, cool. That's what it is. Appreciate that. 12-1 training. Thanks for joining us. And leaving the super chat, guys. I think right here that's a good one, guys. And I wanted to talk about that. I might start adding that into the show a little bit. We'll start talking about the ladies hoops too. Some they're doing really well too.
Agreed.
And just kind of chat about some of their games too. I think it's been doing good, guys. Tell a friend about this show. If you guys haven't, if you don't, that's cool. If you do, that's cool. But tell a friend to tell.
Wait, if you don't, you're dead to me. But if you do, it's cool.
If you do this, cool. If you do this, cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us. That's going to kind of wrap up the show for tonight. But before we go, hold on. When do you get a Daniel Petty bobblehead doll in a gift shop? People are
It's in the works. That's all.
That is on the way.
It's in the works.
That is on the way. And at the bottom of it says Raj.
Oh.
We'll have to get one made and give it to a fan giveaway.
That would be hilarious, man. So my wife is making the people on. So it's crazy. People on Twitter. TikTok.
Bobblehead would have a big
the
forehead.
JT the Bama fan page. People on TikTok have wanted T-shirts of me doing the crane kick, in my living room. So she has now stripped that photo and has put it on a T-shirt and is about to start making T-shirts with it. And because people want the shirt with it. So we are going to be doing that soon. And then we're going to be having Bama Standard shirts coming soon, guys. I'm talking with you about that soon, Petty. I need a logo type made. We'll talk about that off air a little bit. But we'll get a logo made.
I got to figure out who 12-1 is. That's
a good one. That's a good one. I don't know who 12-1 is. I that is out of my reach. They know you though, probably. That is funny.
That's scary.
That is funny right there. So, guys, thank you for joining us. Herb, tell the wonderful people they can find you out today, brother. Justin Brown.
Of course, every Thursday night on this show, talking some basketball. Love that. Rod Jarek and I have our the Great Value brand. I don't even think there was a rumors. They might be confirmed. They might be. If you only saw how I get treated in the group chat, you would. That Great Value hits a little bit close.
No,
I have a flip phone. Because that's all they supplied me. I got a flip phone.
He does have a flip phone.
Yes, I have a flip phone. So
his snake record is so high on it that he can't.
I can't get rid of it.
He can't let it go. He can't let it go. He's got Tetris and all on there.
Yes. Which, by the way, public service announcement for all you rich folks with these iPhones. If somebody texts you and all you text back is you click the like or the dislike or the hated you little thing, that's not a reply, people. It's not a reply.
You get a whole message, though.
Yes, I get a whole message. It's not a reply. The conversation is over at that point if that's all you send to me. That's a public service announcement for all you people with iPhones. But anyway, Herbert Rod,
making it rain here. Appreciate you.
Me and Rod Jarek are on every Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. as well. We do our live show. Come and join us if you, or check our replay after you checked out the Bama Standard. But.
That's funny right there. That's a good one. That's very, very funny.
Daniel
Petty, where can the people find you at, brother?
Man, you can find me on Twitter X at Petty_Daniel. I'm on there just all the time, let me tell you. But mainly you can find me on the Bama Standard all across the week on all kind of shows. Here on Thursday night at Going Hard in the Paint with you lovely gentlemen. But then I'm back on Monday night at the opening kick at 7 Central with my man, Coach Gerald Smoke Dixon. If you haven't tuned into that show, you need to, because one of us is guaranteed to probably tick you off at some point in the show, because we seem to take one side or another on every topic. And the last few episodes have been fire. So come join me and Smoke on Monday nights at the opening kick. And then on Tuesdays, man, I'm the final whistle with my boys Matt Cadell, Chris James, Ty, Lucian, star of the show, Dan James, who just drops knowledge and beauty all over this damn network. We're after, of course, the flagship, which I was on this last week. Check it out. I had to cover from my man Justin. But like I said, all over the network, but enjoying these Thursday nights talking hoops with you guys.
Yeah, man. So Thursday nights have been fun, guys. You can always find me here. You can find me on Twitter X. I am Jay Glaze. You can follow me on TikTok, Roll Tide Nation. We just hit 200K. I appreciate everybody there. Big shout out there. Thank you guys for joining in. This show's been fun. I'm glad to get it kicked off for this year. We're going to keep it going. We're going to obviously transition into the new year with this show coming up. Thank you guys for joining us. Tell a friend about it too, guys. If you know about Bama Hoops, they want to watch Bama Hoops, get in the chats, talk with us. You got questions, leave them there. I'm working on something right now about getting some insiders in for the team to get on and we can interview, have them on. Not going to release too much. Fingers crossed on some stuff. Working on some stuff, though. And we're going to see about that. Stephen M. Smith may be one of them, too. He knows the guy that knows the guy. He always does. So, guys, thank you for joining us. And as what's that cartoon character that does that's all, folks. And
that's all, folks. Yes.
That's all, folks. Roll Tide.
That's all, folks. Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide, everyone.
We.